Hey everyone, what's going on? Phoenix here, bringing you another Asheron's Call gameplay video. Today I am going to be doing land control or capturing one of the society keeps for the Celestial Hand, which is the armor that I'm always rocking. So in order to do this quest, you have to become a player killer. There are a couple of different places where you can do that, but if you don't care about other players seeing you turn player killer, which on Levistras it's not really contested that often, you can simply go to Holtberg and use this Eye of Darkness right here, and it says using this altar will make you a player killer able to attack or be attacked by other player killers. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. And then it glows red, and now you can see it says player killer in my character panel. So once I'm a player killer, I am going to use one of my Celestial Hand Stronghold gems to go to the Society Stronghold, and because I'm a master rank in the Society, I can use the Master Statue of Freebooter Isle Transport. If you're not a master, you can still help capture the keep. You just have to go the long route. You have to go to Sanctuary and then run from Sanctuary to the Statue of Transport. All the way on the southwest portion of the island. And I think you have to be at least either a knight or a lord to do that, so you can't just immediately join a society and then do this. Once you're on Freebooter Island, you're going to jump off and you're going to head generally southeast. And you can see the landscape kind of slopes up going southeast here. And you can kind of see the keep off in the distance on the top right. It's a really cool architecture. I think it's the same layout as Nadisa Castle, or if it's not the same as Nadisa Castle, it's very similar. But yeah, so I think it looks really cool. It's one of the cooler places in the game. So we're gonna run up this hill, and then there's 3 bridges. Now, when we capture this, there will be Celestial Hand banners here, but right now it's full of just a ton of Sclavis and Moorsmen. They're called the Creeping Blight. So the way I like to do this is to jump over the wall so that any of the mobs from the outside don't follow you in. And then my strategy is to literally just run around like an idiot in this courtyard for a few passes so that the archers drop their bows and start to chase me. And right now, I don't know if this is correct to retail, but right now on the emulator, when you capture one of the banners, the Creeping Blight mobs, these Moorsmen and Sclavis, will attack it. So basically what we're doing is we're playing Capture the Flag, and the idea is that this is a player killer battle between the societies. So it should be like Celestial Hand versus Radiant Blood versus Eldritch Web. Those are the 3 societies, but that doesn't happen very often, especially on Levistras. There's not a lot of player killer battles. So you saw what I just did. I ran around the courtyard, I jumped up onto here, and then I jumped up onto here. And now you can see none of the mobs can get up to me. They just kind of sit down there and run at me like idiots because the mob AI in this is not great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the banner. So you can see it's a Creeping Blight banner. That one's of the courtyard. This one is of the spire. I realize that you can't actually see that because it's below my image, but anyway, Celestial Hand banner of the spire. So now what I need to do is protect this banner for 5 minutes. Every minute, it'll say the Celestial Hand is captured or controls this spire, and it will be captured in 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes until it's captured. Then once you capture it, it starts to kind of glow orange at its base, and it will recover health after it's attacked. So it's a little bit more resilient to attacks. You have to do that for all 3 statues. So there's Spire, Courtyard, and Tower. I have the most trouble with the Tower because it's kind of far away and it's hard to track that one and track these 2 at the same time. So you can see it says the Celestial Hand banner of the Spire will become claimed in 4 minutes. One other thing to note is that once you use a banner, so like I use this one and then it became a Celestial Hand banner, you can't use another one for 5 minutes. So the most efficient way to do this is to come with 2 other people and have the 3 of you each capture 1 banner. And that, you know, you could theoretically be done in 5 minutes. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and you know, I can do this by myself pretty easily in the 15 minutes, so 5 minutes for each banner. And that strategy that I showed you when I ran in of just getting all of the mobs to come after me, what will happen is they're all going to lock onto this because they're like #1 target priority for whatever reason is the banners. And because they can't get up to it, it's pretty much safe. So I tried to do that for all of the banners, killing the least number of enemies as possible, because what happens is they're on a spawn rate that's a little bit faster than the 5 minutes. So if I, for instance, killed the guys up here and then used it and then was over there trying to capture that one, the mobs up here would respawn while I was trying to capture the other one, and then you just get into this situation where it's very easy for them to destroy one of the banners while you're, you know, focusing on one of the other ones. So instead, if you can not kill them and you can get them to run at the banners, not actually attacking it, then, you know, you have less to worry about. So now we're in kind of a couple-minute waiting period, and, you know, through the magic of video, we're going to make it go a little bit quicker. All right, so you can see what happens when you claim it. It starts to like glow orange, and it says the Celestial Hand banner of the Spire has been successfully claimed. At this point, the Celestial Hand banner of the Spire may still be destroyed, but will regularly repair some of the damage done to it. So that's huge. So then I'll just jump down. I'm gonna run around over here. And I'm gonna see if I can't try to convince these guys to follow me. If I can, then I'll just run down this ramp. Again, see if I can get them to follow me. And if I did, which is I think I did, then I'll just carefully jump back up so they can't come after me. Come over here, and we're going to use the Banner of the Tower. So that's the order that I like to do it. The Spire is the easiest one to protect, followed, I think, by the tower, if you're lucky enough or careful enough with the enemies. I may end up killing this guy because he's doing weird stuff, and I don't want him to eventually break out of this motion. And then the courtyard can be the hardest. So one other important thing to note while you're doing this is that if I use my summons, right here, like my Fintos Wasps, it will attack the banner. For whatever reason, if you use it as an enemy. So if you do decide to clear some of the mobs, don't use summons, or use them only when there's a lot of guys around that you're fighting and they're going to last long enough not to attack the banner. The last thing that I want to tell you about is that when I capture the keep for Celestial Hand, we're going to hold it for 72 hours from the time that I capture it. Now, after, I believe, 36 hours up on this platform right in front of me, a crystal will spawn. So that's after a day. So halfway through the controlled period, so a day and a half, a crystal will spawn that another society can destroy to take it away from Celestial Hand and make it neutral again. It's really hard to destroy the crystal. Mages cannot do damage to it, so Void and War Magic is completely useless. You need a bunch of melee characters or archers to just machine gun it down. It cannot, I don't think it can be done solo. If you do it solo, it's going to take you several hours to do it. You would need to like watch a movie while you're doing it or something. And the rewards. So when you capture the keep, I'm going to, anyone who helped capture it and is player killer, an NPC of your society will spawn and will give you a braced mana forge key. I think that means that it has 3 uses, but I could be wrong. And then the real reward is that you get to go into the black market. So the black market has really good really good prices for spell components and a few quests, actually. So, for instance, in Freebooter Keep, the black market, there is a quest to bring 20 pyre skeleton jaws to get an armor writ for your society. In Northwatch Keep, there are some kill tasks, and I think there are supposed to be some kill tasks in Freebooter Keep, but they just aren't in the emulator yet. And the real reason that I do this is that for 100 MMDs in Freebooter Keep, you can buy a Gem of Luminance, which gets you 40,000 luminance for 100 MMDs. All right, so we captured the banner of the tower. So now this is actually the thing that I discovered most recently on the best way to not get overwhelmed in the courtyard, because you can just see it's kind of exposed. So I kind of run south along this edge here and then just use the paths of the building, and hopefully not too many will have followed you, and you can just pop down, because they're kind of stuck. See that opening? They're kind of all stuck in there. Although some of them, for whatever reason, got out, but not too bad, just 4 of them. Now, while you're doing this, you have to keep in mind that the other banners are still vulnerable. So every once in a while, I just peek around, check its health, looks good, and then keep doing what I'm doing. I don't know where all these guys came from. Usually this is pretty clear, but it's not too bad. Oh, see, so I can see the Celestial Hand banner of the tower is being attacked, so I can just run quickly up, kill this guy to protect it. And it will regen its health, so even though it did take some damage there, it's not in danger of being destroyed, which is nice. And then you can kind of just stand either here, or sometimes I'll stand like on the rock, and you can watch all 3 pretty safely. And now we wait again. There it goes. Society Celestial Hand banner of the court has been successfully claimed. Then it takes a couple of seconds, and then the creeping blight disappear, replaced by Celestial Hand soldiers. A global message goes out to the entire server that says the Society of the Celestial Hand has claimed Freebooter Keep. Those members of the Society of the Celestial Hand may now use the resources contained within the castle. So the other thing that also happens is the other keep from the one that was captured, there are 2 again, it goes back to the creeping blight. So there's always one keep that can be captured no matter what. The other thing to go along with that is that your society can only control 1 keep at a time. So for instance, I couldn't go now and capture Northwatch Castle. I can only control Freebooter Keep. This is the NPC to get your Maniforge Key reward. So yeah, Braced Maniforge Key, which is 2 uses, not 3. There's also this crystal that, the buffing array, which will give you level 8 protection buffs. But you have to be level 180 to get here, and by then you hopefully should be casting level 8 protections. There's also a quest timer for the array. Buffing array. Keep buffing array. Oh, it's like 30 seconds. Okay, never mind. So that just must be... So you can't just like keep clicking it. All right, so we're going to go down into this, I don't know, cave, and then Celestial Hand Freebooter Keep Black Market. I do not know why this dungeon is so big. It doesn't make any sense. There's like a couple of passages, but you want to go all the way to the right and then run through. I guess it gave them the option to potentially expand this, but they never did, so... I don't know. Turbine just loved their expansive dungeons. Run through this big room with the cool white crystals, and then there's a door here. We can run all the way to the end. and then into here, this is the actual black market. There's quite a few NPCs. So the one that I am interested in is Calhoun, who, do you wish to spend 100 MMD notes for a 40,000 luminance gem? Yes, I do. So that is on a 20-hour timer. Digby, 100 MMDs for 2 age legendary keys. That I think is a terrible trade. Pak Li Sheng. This is the one who, if you bring 20 exhumed bones, they'll give you an armor writ, which they think is a fair deal. Lornish Littlefinger, 100 MMDs for 500 million experience gem. Maybe worth it if you're still leveling up. There's an Archmage who has really good rates on spell components. So like a Mana Scarab for 15,000, I think is pretty good. I'm not sure. They also sell black market gems of dispelling, which are level 8 dispels, so the same as society gems of dispelling, just, you know, you can buy them. They also cost more than 1 MMD note, so... and then, what else do they sell? There's something else unique here. Oh, it's on this guy. So this guy sells miscellaneous. So he sells, like, these blighted weapon coins. So it's a coin that then you give to the, like, master of the black market, who will give you a weapon, which is like a player killer weapon. So it's got Human Slayer on it, I guess. And then you can also buy black market health elixirs, which are pretty good, but they have a 5-minute cooldown, so you can't just constantly chug them. Then Master McTavish, this is like the head of the black market. This is who you give the luminance gem to, so I would just always put on my experience trinket before I hand it in. 42,400 luminance, so that's a huge reward for this quest. Because you hold the keep for 3 days, basically that 15 minutes or so, however long it actually took investment, gets you 120,000 luminance, so easily worth the investment. And it's the best sync in the game for MMDs. I don't know what else you use them for besides tailoring. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there was maybe some sitting around, although probably through the magic of video editing, I got rid of some of that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.